Hello and welcome to Young People Doing Big Things. Our guest for today is Mukhtar Onifade. He is a 17-year-old software developer who started out in 2021. He is currently a back-end engineer at Seerbit. And now, a little bit about Esther. Software Development Academy is a software training academy based in Lagos. The academy runs a 3-month program that trains students to be able to build simple applications. And now, it's time to meet our guest, Mukhtar Onifade, and our host, Enoch Olisa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Young People Doing Big Things. My name is Enoch Olisa, and I'm happy to have you here. Okay, if you're just joining us for the first time, once again, you're very welcome. A quick introduction about Young People Doing Big Things. Okay, so this series of interviews is focused on showcasing what young people in the tech space are building. And on the show, we discuss with them, we hear about how they started their journey so far, that's since when they started, what they are currently building, and their aspirations for the future. And the show is powered by the Software Development Academy. We are a software training institute based in Lagos, Nigeria. And one of our flagship courses is our 3 months basic web design and development course, where we take people through a hands-on training period, and at the end of the 3 months, they can build simple web apps that solve basic business processes. Once again, you're welcome, and I'm happy to have you here. On today's edition of the program, we have Mukhtar Onifade. Mukhtar is a 17-year-old software developer who started out in 2021, and currently he's a backend engineer at Seerbit. So today we are going to hear how he started his journey so far, and the future he's looking at attaining in the shortest time possible. Once again, you are welcome. And let me also have the pleasure of introducing Mukhtar. Mukhtar, you're welcome to Young People Doing Big Things.
Thank you very much for having me. It's a very good opportunity. Thank you very much.
Okay, you're most welcome, Mukhtar. Okay, so Mukhtar, our viewers would like to meet you. Of course, we know your name, so we'd like to know your educational background. Yeah, where are you educationally, and how it has, and the software parts, the software training or development parts of your educational journey. Yeah.
Okay, yes. Just like he has said, my name is Mukhtar Onifade, and 17, actually just clocked 18 apparently. So
Okay.
Adults now, just like they claim.
Yeah.
So yeah, about my studies, let me just start from my secondary school studies. Basically, I went to Heritage Global Academy. It's a school based in Lagos, Ikorodu to be precise, and it's more like a home school, like home away from home. We were exposed to various extracurricular activities, robotics, coding, and I feel that's where I got the passion to even dive into coding. Because I had friends that were coding, some of them who were into robotics. So we just had like this sort of exposure to a lot of extracurricular activities, which sparked my interest in software development, basically. So I started coding while I was in SS3. I can remember, I think I was affected by that COVID, during that year, basically when
the lockdown.
COVID,
I think that was
exactly.
2020. Okay.
Exactly. That was the time I was in SS3. So, that long break, we had this long break, and then I was at home, and then I won't just be at home doing nothing. That's not that's not a good thing, basically. So I
Okay.
picked up Python during that period. Not like I actually wanted to pick it up, but then my dad was so reluctant about me just being home doing nothing.
Okay.
Not like I even wanted to even read for the WIC that was coming up. So
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, just pick up Python. I picked up Python. I started doing some things in it. Of course, most people, as they say, when you start coding, it was very hard. So I
Yeah.
just thought, this thing is not
Yeah.
my. I started reading my whole chemistry and the likes. At least
Yeah.
let's make WIC first. So we resumed school. Then after the WIC, I started doing some things on HTML, CSS. So I just started writing a bit of code. And after the secondary school, I went fully into coding. Like I focused
Okay.
on coding, basically. So I was very opportune because I had a lot of friends that were actually already into software development. So it was easy
Okay.
for me to navigate through, get this internship, learn on this work, and a lot of things, basically. I went to Aptech.
Okay.
Aptech
Okay.
is a computer school to learn coding, actually.
Okay.
Then, since then, even during Aptech, I was doing one internship. I interned at Meristem Securities Limited, also at Innovi Technologies. Then I also worked at CSERV before I now joined
Wow.
Seerbit now. So
Wow.
it's
Wow.
really been an experience,
Yeah.
the whole
Yeah. Yeah. I
journey.
can
Yeah.
see that. I can see that. I mean, because my thinking was in a short while, I mean, you've been able to do quite well. Now, some of the things you've shared has made me understand how that journey has spanned. That's nice to hear, Mukhtar. It's very cool to hear about your journey. Okay, so in the story you just shared, there has been a part on the environment you were introduced to even from your secondary school. But let me put it this way, let me put this question this way. What exactly made you start coding? What exactly?
Okay. Yeah, this is a good question. I think first, the main thing that actually made me start coding was seeing the use of technology, basically, what coding
Okay.
can.
Okay.
See, I didn't even look at that point. I think I was too young to even think of the money. I didn't even know anything about thinking of the money exactly. I was just so curious about, okay, this coding thing could actually build an app. It could actually build stuff like this. And that was just the drive. I can remember during that COVID break, I was trying to start a business because I knew a couple of my friends. So I was like, okay, let's just build a business and say that anybody that wants to build a website, come and meet us. We build it for you. But then I was
Yeah.
just acting as a business guy. I wasn't the main coder because
Yeah.
I knew how much this could go. But
Yeah.
then that couldn't work. It couldn't go far because a lot of people are busy with other things. So the
Okay.
drive to learn it myself and build
Okay.
it myself was there,
Okay.
which was one of the major reasons, which was a major reason basically I had to dive into coding.
I'm coding. Okay, that's nice to hear, Mukhtar. So just to reiterate, your stack. Let's know your stack. That's the programming languages or that tools you're proficient in.
Yes, I work with Java majorly, and I can remember when I was even learning Java, a lot of people were just saying all around, Java is hard, Java is hard. But then another reason why I went to Java is if everybody's complaining about Java, then
Yeah.
let me go and learn it. So people are not going there. At
Yeah.
least, yeah, I can be there. So I know I can get everything from there since everybody's learning JavaScript and likes these days.
Uh,
So I just thought, let me just stick with Java,
okay.
basically. So now I work with Java, I work with different frameworks under Java, Spring Boot, Strut, Spring MVC. Then also I do a bit of TypeScript and JavaScript.
Okay, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, Java is a very good language to learn. I myself am preparing for some qualifications in it. It's a legacy language. So a lot of people, just like you've heard and have that experience, don't want to go into it. So I think that was a very cool decision that you took. One of the phrases we used on this events is do big things, do hard things. That's do
Yeah.
things people are running away from. So I think that's cool to hear. Okay, let's move on. So this will be a two-in-one question, and the first one will be, what has been your highest point so far in software development? Then, secondly, has software development opened doors for you? So you may put the second first or anyhow you put it. So, but once again, what has been your highest point so far in software development? Then can you say being a software developer has been rewarding? Like, has it opened doors for you?
Yes. So let me go with the first one that was said. I think you said being my highest point so far in
Yeah.
software development.
Yeah.
So starting out in 2021, I've gone, I think, according to my judgments, I've gone far because for me to even have a job after a year in software development is a very big achievement.
Yeah.
There's a lot to learn, and for me to be able to compress the whole thing and just like achieve this, achieve that was like it wasn't easy. But then once you have the vision of where you're going to, I feel like there's always this motivation, there's always this fun to always drive towards that vision, basically. So my highest point is me having this job, particularly in a fintech company, basically. And I feel like that's the main motivation.
Okay, that's good. And to the
Yeah, then
second leg,
also,
has it opened doors?
yes, it has opened a lot of doors for me. I mean, getting interviewed right now and also meeting with other top engineers, CEOs in different companies, and also meeting friends to the also top, like Eniola, Pleasant of ZP, and so many more of these guys. If you are
Okay.
not, if I'm not into software engineering, there's no way I would have known these guys
Yeah.
personally. But because of the whole thing we are doing, that was the way Gen Z Techies was able to, come about basically. I was part of the first set of techies on Gen Z Techies, and
Yeah.
that was the main aim. Gather the young techies and let's know ourselves basically.
Wow. That's good. That's quite impressive. Okay, I am to the next question. I know you've mentioned this in passing, but I would like you to give more context to it. So a young Gen Z meets you now and asks you, is coding hard? What would you respond? Like, what will your response be?
Wow, is coding hard? For me, I will tell you directly, coding is hard. So you should know what you are going into. Prepare for this thing. Coding is hard, and you need to work, you need to really put in a lot of effort to actually understand it, basically. So
Okay,
yes, it is hard,
coding is hard.
but then it is achievable.
Okay, coding is hard and it's achievable. So if you are listening to this and you are a young person or whatever your age may be and you want to go into coding, I mean, coding is hard, but it's achievable. I mean, building on that, one thing I usually tell the students in our academy is this: if anything is easy, so this is not about coding. If anything is easy, everybody will be doing it. So
Yeah.
because not everybody is into coding, that means there's a level of difficulty involved in it. So once you have that mindset, it guides you and it manages your expectations. Okay, thanks so much, Mukhtar. Let's move on. Would you have any mentors? I mean, would you have any mentors? You could mention their names if you want. You may choose not to, but would you have any? I mean, do you have mentors? Have there been people who have guided you, shown you the way, and been there on your journey so far?
Yes, I've had a lot of friends. I've had Abdul Hafiz, basically, we call him Fizz Hendrix. I think he was the main person that actually guided me right from start. He currently owns a company, Bazaar, basically. I think they're into more like having a store online and selling things online, basically. And it was one that actually guided me, opened me to the whole stuff in coding, and I really appreciate his effort. And also, yeah, I have other mentors too, like even my current CEO in this company at Seerbit, Omoni Kolade, is also a very good person, and various other software engineers here, they are really good mentors.
Okay, that's nice to hear. Once again, if I'm listening to this, one of the analogies I share with young developers and students of our software development academy is this: software development or anything you do in life is like a journey. So it's always easier and better for you if people who have gone on that journey are guiding you and telling you the things to do and the things not to do. It makes your life very easy. it makes you avoid a whole lot of mistakes that could lead you on the wrong path. I mean, so if you're listening to this and you don't have a mentor, try and get a mentor. And I know you want to ask, how do I get a mentor? Belong to a community with that knowledge, in that small knowledge in quotes you feel you have, start showing what you have done with it, and trust me, you attract yourself to mentors. There are people who will see you. There are people. It's either the mentors see you directly, or you have your young people like colleagues who will see you, take interest in your work, and introduce you to mentors. That's how it works. From years of experience, that's how it works. Once again, I mean, it's nice speaking with you, and nice to know, of course, people have helped you on your journey. Mukhtar. Okay, let's begin to go into tech bro stuffs, like tech bro stuffs. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, do you have a dream computer?
Yes, apparently I'm currently using mine, which is MacBook.
Mac,
Definitely.
wow, wow, wow,
Yeah. So
wow, that's
yeah,
nice.
I'm using MacBook. I think the main thing is just going advanced. You know, just keep on using the latest
Yeah,
MacBook. Actually.
okay, okay, then, um, 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 of course, I know, I know, um, of course, you have big dreams, and I know in having big dreams, there may be some form of symbolism, like maybe, okay, this kind of company that I want to work for. So either in the past or presently, would you say you've had a dream company? Like there has been this company you wanted to work for, or just do something with?
Well, let's say company basically. I would say more of industry.
Okay.
So since I've joined Seerbit, I've really been so sparked about the whole fintech industry. And honestly, I would really love to go deeper. So any company that I would really love to work with has to be a fintech. I mean, that's the dream, but then it not like it must happen,
It's
you
cast
know?
in stone, yeah.
Exactly. It's a dream. Like I would really love to work for fintech company, sub companies, you know, Stripe out there, or even you can even lead payments here in Nigeria. Basically.
Yeah. Okay, that's nice to hear. I mean, in the couple of young people have interviewed, your response is somehow out of the fold, and that's nice to hear. You're being more industry specific. I mean, for someone like me, I've been in edtech for most of my um tech career, so I think I can relate. That's nice to hear. Okay, and moving forward, um um let's now move into some other stuffs as relates to business and nation building. This is also a two-in-one question, so you may choose to answer either of them first. So the first leg is, what are easy problems around us, that's in Nigeria, that you feel softwares can solve? And the second one is, do you feel software development is underutilized in Nigeria? So okay, I think you should take the second one first. Do you feel software development is underutilized in Nigeria? And how you answer it will now determine the second question. What are those easy problems you feel? I mean, software could easily solve this.
Yeah. So first, software development, it is underutilized in Nigeria because right from even looking at what we learn in our schools, right from secondary schools, we need to chip in software development. Things are changing now. Things are changing. We need to try to fit in things pertaining to coding. And that was how I was able to actually get my motivation to be a software developer. Just like I said earlier, the fact that my school, I mean, it was a private school, so we were able to chip in software development, coding basically into our curriculum. And I feel like that's where the drive is going to start from, where people want to build right from when they're young. Once they have knowledge in software development, the spark of building things comes in. You want to build this, you want to build that, because once you have the knowledge, you start looking at problems. Okay, how do I solve these things? How do I move from this thing from 0 to 1? And I feel like that's where it starts from, right from the schools. Then outside the schools, there are also a lot of things that we Nigerians, like, here are not, we're not fully engaged in pertaining to tech, basically. And I feel like we're getting there. We're getting there. We have a lot of young people that are actually building things, and a lot of fintech these days trying to ensure like people start making transactions online, and there are many more to come. Yes, many more to come.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
feel like, yeah, it is still underutilized, but we're getting there. We are getting there.
Okay. Okay. And I guess that also answers your second question as to easy problems you feel softwares can solve.
Yes, there are a lot of problems
Like
that
you
software
mentioned,
can solve.
payments. I know you've mentioned payments.
Payment, payments, also education. There's a
Okay.
lot of things we need to do in the education industry, also in the transportation industry.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
exactly. So
Oh,
there's still a lot.
okay. 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 That's nice to hear. Let's
Yes.
ask two more questions before we call it a day. So the first one would be, somebody out here watching this would like to follow you on social media. So if you're active on the social media platforms, you could drop them. That's LinkedIn, Twitter, or Facebook. Yeah, you could also drop the handles. You could also say it.
Oh, okay. So I'm active on Twitter and also on LinkedIn. I think my Twitter handle is Mukhtar. Mukhtar is spelled Mukhtar, then underscore Onif, like my surname Onif, Onif. So that's my Twitter handle. Then for my LinkedIn, it's just my name, Mukhtar Onifade. Once you see it, you just see backend cloud native Java developer. So that's me basically.
Okay. And how about Facebook?
Facebook, yes, I use Facebook too, even though I'm not very active on it. So
Active.
if you're actually trying to reach out, preferably LinkedIn or Twitter.
Okay. Okay. And no, Instagram.
No Instagram. I don't use
Okay,
Instagram.
okay. It's nice speaking with you, and we'll just ask the last questions. So, to somebody watching you right now, a young person
Yes.
who is at that junction of deciding whether to go into software development or not, what's your advice to that person?
Yeah, so I've gotten this question before a couple of times, and honestly, I know people have different perspectives, but to my own perspective, I won't, as much as software development is very key, I won't like really tell you directly, just go and start coding. What are you doing now? That's my question. Okay, you are into agriculture. Can you look at how software development would impact the agricultural sector? That's where I come in. So that is the question I'm asking you, and that is what I really want to focus on. Don't just come into coding and then you just start. For me, I feel like let's start asking the questions of, okay, yeah, you are into agriculture, you are into this or that, you are a teacher. How is software development going to impact what you're doing? And I feel like that should be the thoughts of everyone, and that's how we can actually make the country better, because that's the only way we can actually get startups to come in. That's the way startups idea actually come in. So we should think about it. Every young person should actually think about it. Okay, I really like doing this thing. How would software development impact this thing? Because you see a lot of people that, okay, yeah, going into coding, but then they go into coding and they just keep on complaining, it's hard, and then they leave. And then, this and that. Look at your sector and see how software development will be of impact. And that's the only drive that will get you forward.
Okay, that's a very, very, very very encompassive an answer, and I'm sure somebody who has watched this has learned a lot from that. Thanks so much, Mukhtar. It's been nice speaking with you on young people doing big things.
Sure. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Okay, and to everybody who has joined us today, we've been speaking with Mukhtar Onifade. He's a young Nigerian who is into software development. At the present, he's a backend engineer with Seerbit, and he's doing awesome things. And once again, this show has been brought to you by Earth Software Development
Also,
Academy. We are a software development academy based in Lagos, Nigeria. Okay, you wanted to add something?
yes, I wanted to say, I also wanted to chip in. So, as for Serbit, we'll
Okay,
be having an hackathon coming up.
okay.
Basically, I will be giving, awards in dollars,
Okay.
basically.
Wow.
So, you should actually people on this show should actually get prepared. I mean, get things done, because the hackathon would definitely be this year. We're still deciding on the, but the hackathon is coming up, and we would actually be giving a lot of prizes. So
Wow.
get prepared, and that's
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. That's nice to hear. Hopefully our Facebook community would like to collaborate with you on that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank
then
you.
once again, it's at this point that we call it a wrap. Thanks so much for joining us, and we hope you watch our previous videos. We also hope that you subscribe so that you can watch subsequent editions of our interviews. Bye for now.